Welcome to Dungeon Master Doom's lair. Dungeon Master Doom's gaming group wants to play Pathfinder. So we're going to go through the basic game. And I think I might make a series of videos as I go through the game myself before the players. And I'm going to do a summary of each encounter in the game. So there are spoilers. And if you're a player, don't watch this video. This video is made for Dungeon Masters only. And if you are a player, you will suffer the fate of the Curse of Doom. And the curse will begin in just a few seconds as I proceed to the next part of the video. Welcome to Dungeon Master Doom's run-through of the Pathfinder basic game adventure. If you are a player, you are forbidden to watch this video. In fact, I will cast a curse on this video that will melt your eyes if you continue watching. You only have a few minutes until the curse takes effect and your eyes start melting. Now, if you're a dungeon master, this curse does not apply because dungeon masters are cool like that. So I'm going to run through the entire game, all the encounters on the board as I prepare for the players. Now, this is done on a battle map. I'm not a huge fan of the battle maps, although I like in a game like Descent, the battle maps are created very well for tactical combat play and stuff. It's more loose in a game like Pathfinder or Dungeons and Dragons. So, as they move around the board, I won't be very particular about where they put their characters on the board when they begin. So I won't have them like starting in the corner and then moving their movement rate to inspect things on the board. But they can fool around and put their characters on the board while I'm describing the area. And I'd be they've traveled through a swamp following a map, and they finally reach the entrance of the cave. That's probably how the game will start if we're only going to play for a couple hours. Otherwise, I'd do a more detailed thing in the town where they get the map and stuff, and we could make up a story about how all the characters meet and all that. But depending on how things go, we're just going to focus on the map and the encounters right now. So I'd have them inspecting things, and the artwork is really fantastic on this board, but it's not that impressive using the visual aids especially if someone's sitting on the other side. They won't see all the details, all the detailed artwork on the map. So there's a statue here. So I'll just put like a chess pawn on there. This is a great budget miniature. Chess tokens are perfect for everything. If you don't have fancy miniatures. And these came with the game. These cool little cutouts. They're pretty cool. Paper miniatures are really they're fine. There's really cool paper miniatures out there, and you can just Google this stuff. There's free stuff out there. You just print it on cardstock over
your local copy shop. Hella cheap. So we got this first area, and it has the statue. The statue's purpose when you're running the game is to foreshadow the end boss. It's a statue of a great warrior, but the statue is melted by acid. And the end boss is a black dragon, and instead of fire, they shoot out acid. So you want to kind of instill some fear by describing the acid. Now, when they start inspecting it, I'll be a little vague about it and say, oh, it's a statue of a great warrior, but you can't make out the details. It seems like they've rubbed away from, it could be weather, but it looks like something maybe unnatural. Something might have caused it. And I'll leave it there, and they'll probably ask me more questions and stuff. And if they do, they could roll a skill that could allow me to describe it more. Or if they don't have skills and can't think of a skill, I could just have them roll an intelligence roll over a DC, a target number, difficulty rating of 10, and they could put add their intelligence modifier to it. And if they succeed, and it doesn't matter what skill they have, I'm not even going to bother looking at skills that they might have. I'll just leave it up to the players to come up with a skill. And if it makes sense, they can roll for it. Otherwise, I'll just give them a straight intelligence roll. If they succeed, I will say it definitely was caused by acid. An extremely deadly, potent acid. If it touched your flesh, it would instantly melt away. And they might ask what could cause it. It could be magical acid. I want to lead them in different directions. I'm not going to tell them there's a black dragon. I can say it's a magical acid. There are swamp creatures. There may be something in the bog off the map. That's why I don't like having these maps, because it would extend. There's a whole bog beyond here that they've been traveling through, and swamp, and they're swamp covered. I'd say some monster living in the bog might have melted it. Maybe it thought it was a human and squirted acid at it. Who knows? But yeah. So if they succeed, I'll say it was a deadly, horrific acid. If they fail, I'll downplay it. But I still want to foreshadow the dragon. I'd make it seem like the end boss isn't too deadly. I'd say, well, it's probably nothing. I'd be lying, and usually they can tell I'm lying, because I lie all the time as a dungeon master. And I lie in ways to make them paranoid. So yeah. So if they fail, and I'll roll their roll secretly, I don't want them to know if they know exactly what kind of acid, if it was acid or not. I want them to, I'm just going to tell them what happens after they roll. And if I'm lying to them, but if they rolled below on their intelligence check, they'd know I was lying to them, so I have to roll this die in secret. So, right. So if they fail, I'd say, oh, it's probably just a mild acid. Nothing too dangerous. Probably nothing to worry about. Could just be acid rain over the years. I wouldn't worry about it. And I'd lie like that. And that's pretty much the function of the first area. I wouldn't have them pay attention to how they put their characters on the board until they enter the cave. Oh, how long have I rambled? Already 10 minutes. Okay, well, I'll cut it off here. And I'll do the next section of the map in another video.